Okay, today's lesson is going to be on x and y intercepts of a graph. So let's just remember that this is the x-axis. So an x-intercept would be somewhere where your graph is going to hit that line. And a y-axis is going to be where it hits that axis, that line. Okay, so when you have this, you have to understand that your x is going to be some number, but your y is always going to be 0. Right? Because your height anywhere on this line, right? Your height is 0. So a y-intercept, you're always going to have x be 0, and your y is going to be some number, right? But no matter where you are on this line, your x is always 0. Okay. So just an example of what a graph would look like. So if it had an x-intercept of 6 and a y-intercept of -3, what would the line look like? So if it's an x-intercept of 6, it would be right here. And a y-intercept of 3, it would be there. So if I had a line that was going through those intercepts, it would look like that. So what's the actual coordinate here? That would be 6, 0. And the coordinate of this would be 0, -3. Okay, so here is an equation. 3x plus 5y equals 30. Okay, so I'm going to figure out what the intercepts are, and then I'm going to graph it. Okay, so x-intercept, y-intercept. So if I'm doing an x-intercept, that would mean I'm making y be 0. So 3x plus 5 times 0 equals 30. And so technically this would be gone, right? It's just 0. So 3x equals 30, so therefore x equals 10. So if I'm doing a y-intercept, I would make x 0. So 3 times 0 plus 5y equals 30. This would be gone. So 5y equals 30, so therefore y equals 6. So what does that look like? 10 on the x-axis and 6 on the y. So your line would look like this. Okay, and if you obviously want to be faster at this, like if you want to know the x-intercept, just cover that up. So 10, and if you want to know the y-intercept, you could just cover this up, and you get 6. Same thing as just saying like you're timesing it by 0, so it's just gone. Okay, another example of that. 2x minus 3y equals 18. So x-intercept, make your y 0, and we'll do a y-intercept, which means make your x 0. Okay, so if I'm making y be 0,
Can I still toss tools just for
so make y be 0, so I'm just going to cover it up. It's going to be gone. So 2x equals 18, so therefore your x-intercept is 9. So a y-intercept, make x 0, so I'm going to cover up the x term. So -3y equals 18. So now I get y to be -6. So what does this look like? 1, 2, 3, 4. 9 on the x-axis and -6 on the y. And there's my line. Okay. Next example, we'll do one more. Just a little bit different. So on this one, what I would probably do first is actually just move this number so that it looks same as those ones. So 4x plus 3y, and now if I move this, I'd have to add 24 to move it, and I would get 24 on that side. So x-intercept would be, cover the y up, I get 4x equals 24, so x equals 6. And to do the y-intercept, I would make x be 0, 3y equals 24, so my y-intercept is 8. So what does that graph look like? 6, 0 is 1 point, and 0, 8 is another point. So that is what it looks like.